What's up, guys? Alpha Strike here with a video on Lava Caves 15. It's following up the run I showed on how I beat it. So I don't think it's realistic for most people to beat it unless they've gotten lucky with Theomars like I did, where I've gotten around 4 dupes, put 2 Devilmons in him, or maybe it was one, but either way, he's pretty far into his scales up, and I actually have him on crit damage. These runes actually came from area dungeon for the most part. A couple early lava caves drops, but I'll admit I got really lucky with the rolls and the stats I got to where I can actually do 15. It's hard still. It's not a consistent run, but I'm able to do it. And the team is Theo, Kona, Bastet, but they're all easily replaceable. Honestly, Kona is just because I built him and he's water, so the main concern is getting out of the penalty range. If you didn't know, when you're in a dungeon, let me make sure I have the penalty so it's easy to show. So let's just do this, and then you go into. So if I try to go in right now with this, oh, my runes are full, of course. All right, let's disassemble some. Oh, they must be dropping in this area or something. Or I just haven't cleaned it in a while. But if you go to a dungeon and you try to do it when you're in the red, you take 50% more damage and deal 50% less damage. It is. I would not recommend even trying it if you're in the penalty range. Farming 14 is fine if you can, but even going all the way down to like 10, 11, where you're getting that chance at hero runes, it's a lot better than trying to struggle through here. Like, honestly, I don't like have a lot of time during the week, so that during the week I'll probably be auto repeating 12 or 13, which I can auto with Cleef on the light staff and that team. The extra invincibility kind of helps keep the team alive, mainly Theo. And so some replacements for the team are pretty simple. For your damage dealer, you're going to be looking at Rangers since he takes more damage from auto attacks. So we can go in here and we pretty much want to focus on strictly water. And Rangers and Assassins are the other type with high attack speed. So we go here, and Water Amazon, who they give you the material to build pretty far. I believe it's even to level 70. So you go, if you didn't know, you go in here and you do the monster story for her. And then you go to oh, maybe they don't give you the resources for her. Oh, it might be here. Did I just not do it? Yeah, so it's because I haven't done the monster journal. So this Three Sons of Karamazov, if you do it, you're gonna get the resources to build her up, and oh, even some rage runes actually. Uh, well, I learned something. All right. Where was I? Yeah. So Water Amazon's honestly the free to play option. You'll have her built because of the side story. Getting her skills isn't super hard. I've been using them in the exchange shop. Pretty much all my 4 stars I've had Theo and Bastet shards almost every day, and they all just disappeared. But yeah, you, you build her up, and she's gonna have an even higher base damage than Theo. So Theo, one of the main reasons I am focusing on deviling him and trying to get dupes is that he has 200% attack of his attack as damage on his auto attack, with a 15% damage dealt up if they have frostbite. Frostbite, if you didn't know, also lowers their attack speed and move speed and puts a tick on them based on their max HP for each level. So Borbos will flip any debuffs into buffs based on what debuff it is, and luckily attack speed and move speed do not really affect your run. Move speed, if you're trying to run away from him, would be annoying, but for the most part he'll stand in front of you and you can tank it with Cleave if you're playing Cleave, or stay away and Kona will hopefully tank it. Attack speed uses abilities. As far as I know, none of them are based off cooldown or off of attack speed. And so I think he also has 125 base attack speed, which is really insane. But she's got 126, so no runes. Yeah, they gave her pretty good stats. I think her base stats are just lower. She has a freeze. That's not gonna affect. So if you freeze him, he's just gonna be frozen. He's not gonna flip that into anything. So that debuff doesn't really matter. And she'll do this attack which has max HP scaling and a push rate on the second shot if they're close by, but I haven't tried her, so I don't know how often that's actually going to happen. Cowgirl, she's got okay base speed, but nothing too amazing about her skills. She's got frostbite, so she can put that tick on them. Max level, the cooldown's down to 24 seconds, and it's a 20-second frostbite. So with Kona reducing the cooldown, you can actually kind of get it a little bit higher. And the other ones are, I haven't read through most of them, but Naomi, the water, not Naomi, that's the wind one, the water martial cat. So she's gonna do increased crit rate and crit damage based on the number of effects when she does damage with skills. So that's pretty good. You can kind of run a little bit of a lower crit rate, so you can run a crit damage build, and you're gonna wait for the buffs to go up to burst him down. This one, same thing. So if he has 3 or more beneficial effects, which with the right team composition, you can kind of force him to have them. And then she ignores beneficial effects, so even if you put defense down and he flips it into defense up, you will still be doing good damage on the skill. Then a basic attack, and the scaling, she's got 200%. And decent scaling on the other skills, but like I said, their damage is going to be a little bit higher if they have beneficial effects. And those are your main 3 options for damage dealers. Not these other guys don't really look that appealing to me, except maybe this guy. I mean, he has got freeze. I believe he does frostbite up to 3 times, so if you kind of wanted to go for HP burn type build, he could work. But honestly, if you don't have Naomi or Water Marshal, or Theo, I mean, she's probably specifically built for this dungeon. Then we go into our support classes. Our options are kind of limited, but they're still really good. Actually, is Kona actually classified as a tank? Oh, I've always joked about him being a tank, but I forgot he was actually a tank. So Bastet is honestly, because Borbos takes more damage from auto attacks, you're better off running Megan. But in both of their cases, you want to have control of them and not use the skill 2. Both of their skill 2s have an attack down, and Megan also has an evasion down, but I don't think him getting position will matter too much unless you have a high evasion Konamiya build. I do, but I have all I have okay enough stats for him to just keep healing. I haven't tried it with Megan though, so I don't know if Kona will die with her in there. But and then skill 3, the cooldown, the skill ups on both of them don't matter too much. That does help you boost your ultimate gauge because you have the ultimate. So if you have her, she might be a better option if you're trying to focus on that ultimate. But with Theo, it's really just attack speed. So the only thing you're missing out on Bastet is 22 and 15, around 6% of a shield, which isn't, it's not the end of the world. Megan, you're really not missing out on anything though. The cooldown's higher and it lasts less, so getting it up, it lasts longer. You have more time to recover your mana, but you can pretty much keep it up all the time because you're using mana instead of the cooldown. And then for our knights slash healers, Konami and Vigor are your best options. So the one concern with Vigor is his defense down for the same reason as attack down on Bastet. He's gonna get defense up. It's gonna make it harder to kill him, but he's got an attack speed up, which is guaranteed. And then if you're below 30%, you get crit rate and attack up. So he could be a secondary source of crit rate or attack up. But Konamiya, just healing. The electric shock doesn't matter, so he doesn't get any bonuses here. And cooldown reduction, which is both really good. If you have Taeyeon, he's actually going to be a little bit better if you can stay out of that penalty range. I would recommend for now just stick with the water. The penalty will ruin your runs, and getting up to the power right now is going to be a little difficult, especially since you're getting almost like a 10k bonus on each character. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, you want to keep if you're Cleef, you want to stay in front of him in a way that his attacks will go away from your team. So if your team is on one side, you want to be on the other. And then when he actually starts the animation, you can either move or use his dodge skill on the light tank. So if you use one, he has a jump, and that's long enough to get behind Borbos. So I've actually fat figured the skill twice and put myself back in range. But yeah, don't do that. And that's most of the tips I can give for this dungeon. There's nothing too crazy once you figure out the mechanics. Another thing about cleave on the light hammer is, let me stop the manual, is this skill. He puts invincibility on himself and the team member with the highest attack. So when Borbo starts his little tantrum, you want to just save this for that. You pop it, you get invincibility, and you'll survive it a lot better. That's usually what kills my runs. It's not the big punch he does, but that's another skill. There's not really a big tell on it. It's really fast, but if you can get it down to kind of see the animation in the beginning stages, you can actually invincibility through it. At least from what I've seen, I've been able to invincibility through it a couple times, but it's hard to tell because I'm focused on trying not to die, so I'm not 100% sure if that is the same animation as the skill that one-shots. And that's it. If this video helped you out, feel free to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. The links will be in the description below. I'll also probably be streaming on the weekends on Twitch. I'll put that in the description below as well. If you have any questions, if I left anything out, feel free to comment in the comments and let me know. Any constructive feedback will be appreciated. I'm still new to YouTube. That's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.